Hi, this is to encourage husbands and wives to draw near unto God and unto each other during a conflict, and don't wait. Not unless it's something that you know that you have to wait. If there's no way they're able to restore and to go and heal and deal with the conflict right away, then you're not able to. But if you are able to, then God would have you do it right away. I wrote this note to help encourage you guys, and I pray that it does. I write a lot of notes on my Facebook page, by the way. That's what I talk about when I say I write notes. I write notes about marriage, about the different lessons that Jesus has taught me, about all issues of life and of the heart. Okay, this one reads, "You know that feeling of urgency you get deep inside when there is an unresolved issue between you and your spouse? It's that deep knowing of urgency that this issue needs to be dealt with immediately, or you feel like your heart could literally explode from the fear and the loneliness of that temporary mind and heart set separation between you two. It's the deep longing to fix it fast. Regardless of how serious and painful the issue is, you have a deep understanding that the quicker you approach your spouse to fix the issue and disagreement, the better and quicker it will be for your hearts to heal and to go back into the moment of peace and serenity. Serenity for your love for one another." Basically, it's to get you back into loving each other and just, being in the loving peace of presence of one another and getting back to the honeymoon moment, Jesus is the one giving you that deep longing to restore your love. I don't know about you all, but when my husband and I have a dispute of some sort, if it's not dealt with immediately, I cannot even begin to function right. I can't. Because this issue, or our disagreement or misunderstanding, and our love is all that I am thinking about in that moment. And I don't care how serious it is or how much it hurts. I know in that moment to literally run to Jesus and to my husband to come to an understanding and agreement as soon as possible, because my world literally comes apart and unbalanced until we are on the exact same page once again, walking hand in hand as one through the trial together, because our love is more important than any issue that arises, and it becomes stronger through every trial. The devil does not have the power to break our bond of three, Jesus, my husband, and I, because we are not giving the devil that opportunity. We are striving to love together. And I think this verse goes really well with this message. It's Ecclesiastes 4:12, and it reads, "And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and a threefold cord is not quickly broken." So it's very important to run to Jesus when you are having a conflict and just pour out your heart to him. Tell him how you feel, and just be completely honest. Come undone before God, because he loves an honest heart. Okay? He won't even listen if people are saying things that they think that he wants to hear. He wants to hear your heart. He wants to hear everything about what you feel and what you have to say, so that you can get his counsel. And Jesus also wants me to encourage you to have conflicts with your spouses. Don't remain quiet if there's an issue in your heart that you know that you need to talk about. Now, there are certain things that you don't always have to blurt out. Run to Jesus. But if there's an issue that's demanding both of your attention, and you know this, like you have a knowing, then go and tell your spouse. Tell him what's in your heart. Have that conflict. If it's heated, go to a place where your children are not around, because voices will get raised. Let's just be honest. voices do get raised in times. I mean, even God raises his voice in a righteous anger. So, and I'm not telling you to lash out and be mean to your spouse, but I am telling you to tell them what's on your heart. Treat them with respect in that time. Ask God to help lead your conversation and let it out. Be honest with your spouse and be honest with God. And be willing to work with Jesus through the conflict and be willing to work with your spouse as well. Or else you guys will become this battle that's fighting against each other instead of fighting with one another to overcome things and to go through trials together. You're supposed to be a team. You're supposed to be one with God and with each other. And Jesus wants to take you into that deeper intimacy with him and with your spouse. So draw near to Jesus. Get to know and love his heart. And he will teach you how to know and love your spouse's heart and things about your own heart that you need to work on. And seriously examine your heart when a conflict comes. And just knock down the pride. And it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. Just work through it together. That's what matters. Because the more that you work through conflicts, if you guys have different disagreements and disputes, the closer it's actually going to bring you to each other, and you're going to learn about on how your spouse's heart works, how your own strengths and weaknesses and everything. You'll learn how to help each other and to grow in your marriage and to grow unto God together and individually. So I hope that encourages you. God loves you. He wants to heal your marriage. And yeah, so I hope this helps. God bless.